What's up, everybody? We're streaming. We're live on X. That's about it. I couldn't get YouTube hooked up. This is episode 2. Still kind of not sure what we're calling it yet. Maybe Web with Wes, maybe Homeboy. That's Chris's software. We have here today Chris Huber, extra chill, music blog, featured in Charleston's Post and Courier. He's a writer, he's a coder, he's not doing that stuff. He's gotten outside and he's captaining ships. Pretty cool stuff. Longtime friend. Welcome, Chris.
Welcome.
And then we got Heather. She is doing personal branding and marketing for Wake Forest in North Carolina. She's creative director, social media influencer, and meme maker. Really good at making memes. Has 2 wonderful children. So thanks for joining, Heather.
Wow, what an introduction. Thanks, Wes. Happy to be here.
Sweet. Happy to have you both. It was funny because we were just talking about I helped Heather with her website and she was like, hey, I want to change some things on my website. And obviously, Heather, you can do everything just talking to the AI now. So you're like, how do I talk to the AI and update my website?
Yeah, that was the big thing because you were showing me whenever you were building the website for me how you've been using AI to code. And I was like, well, if I kind of knew like the prompts and I guess the more technical terms, then possibly this is something I could try to do myself.
100% you can do it yourself.
Definitely.
Well, I mean, Chris he didn't do any computer science and he's full on software engineer now.
Yeah, I've been a nerd for a long time though. I've always been a nerd.
That's wild.
Well, yeah, Heather, you might be a nerd too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm a nerd, but see, that's the thing is, you know me, I'm kind of a grandma on a computer. Like the technical, meticulous side when it comes to like the coding aspects, it's just, it just feels so different to me. Whereas like with design, it's like that's my flow state. Like whenever it's like just plugging in stuff, it's harder for me to wrap my head around. But then I can see where it's very probably relaxing to some people to do. I don't know, but not for me.
We call it vibe coding. So yeah.
Vibe coding. There's a word for it. Good to know.
It feels like playing video games
Oh,
nowadays.
okay.
It's like really very, very fun.
Yeah, I bet so. Especially, well, back in the day, they have Xanga, and that was my intro into coding because you got to decorate your profile and you had to know code to be able to put like the images in there and add music and stuff. And so I guess I'm like amateur, I have a little bit of experience.
You were doing CSS before any of us. That's for sure.
There we go. Yeah, I'm a dinosaur basically, but yes.
So yeah, that was like MySpace era. I think that was like similar to MySpace.
Yes, like I feel possibly like it was MySpace's cooler older sister. And
That's
then MySpace just got all the attention and, whatever. That's just how it happens usually in the family dynamics of things.
it's so funny like Xanga, like it's crazy in tech like how fast things can switch and how quickly things come and go. People in 10 years might not even use Instagram.
Yeah, that'd be sick, wouldn't it?
Possible.
Yeah, I know. Well, a lot of people, I feel like it's like the fear of being perceived. I've noticed it in social media trends that Instagram, they're just not getting as many likes and everything because people don't want, maybe for jobs, for school, for whatever, people seeing what content that they like or how the algorithm gets fed on Instagram because I feel like it's, each platform, the algorithms are a little bit different of how the content shows back up after you've liked it or interacted with it. And so I really have seen a trend of Instagram losing a lot of stock in like the faith of just people using it all the time and depending on it as a source.
I think people are hesitant to post for that same reason because it's like, oh well, I'm gonna spend an hour thinking about this post and then 100 people will see it or whatever. And that's really frustrating because the algorithm then prioritizes like all this political rage bait that's happening and that's all you see, and it becomes really like stressful to even go on Instagram.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Yes, it feels like it very much is like planted information in a sense as well. And so I do feel like it's lost its authenticity where it used to be just like that fun kind of edgy emo space, and it's really came into this like
Oh, Heather's got an incoming call, apparently. That's what this thing's telling me.
Well, but she's right. Instagram has gone too far. And I think a lot of the social platforms are that way too. Like Facebook is just as bad. It's like a different demographic though. But when it first started, it was way more chill, you know? Facebook when it came out was like, hell yeah, this is sick, you know?
Yeah, we were posting pictures of parties,
Yeah,
like high school
I
parties and
know.
stuff. And yeah, Instagram, like Heather was saying, like it started out with like the filters and everybody was doing like sky porn and stuff like that, like if you go back to like the early starts of
Yeah.
where it started into what it is now it's like you see it on the news and stuff and yeah, seems like stuff is planted to be a story and it's even TikTok too. I open up TikTok and I see something from NBC News literally showing me somebody getting murdered.
Yeah. Every day.
And it's like, whoa, dude. Like, I'm not trying to see that. I'm trying to see skate
I know.
footage, please.
Every
Like,
fucking day, that's what it is. Every day you see somebody getting murdered on social media. It's fucking ridiculous.
yeah.
Kind of scary, honestly.
Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of murder, I just am resurrected. Sorry about that. An incoming call came in.
Welcome back.
Yeah, yeah, she's alive. Sorry about that. I was looking into health insurance the other day and I accidentally like was not paying attention and went to like a sponsored ad and I was like, oops, I don't want to be here and I gave them my phone number on the website. So I've now been receiving so many crazy incoming calls from bots and stuff and it's like I try to cancel every single one and yeah, I might just have to change my number. But that was a bot calling about my health
Yeah,
insurance.
that's another one of those issues too, is all these spammers are crazy. Our numbers are in the databases,
I
and
know.
I don't know, have you guys tried any of those paid services to, like, remove your number from databases? I haven't.
No.
I
I
might
mess
have
with
to
people.
after this because I'm getting it's like harassment at this point. I mean, I have
Let
it
us
like
know.
where now all of my calls are like silenced if it's like potential spam, but if I don't have someone's number saved, then it also silences their call. So that's like super not cool.
But if it's someone legit, they usually text you after or leave like an actual voicemail telling you why they called.
That's true. And you know what? I don't know why I'm complaining that much because I hate talking on the phone and I like throw my phone if somebody tries to call me. And so, I don't even know why it's that much of an issue because I'd probably just ignore the call anyway.
I pick up the phone and mess with the scammers, the spammers sometimes.
Oh
Like
yeah.
just say ridiculous things and tell them I'm involved in like some scenario that's like out of this world crazy or just like disgusting, you know.
See, that's what you need to record and post on,
You're
so
probably right.
people.
Next time I get a good one, I should just like record the call and be like, this is how I deal
Yeah.
with spammers.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, yeah, I got a lot of stories over the years. I used to have some, like, good names memorized that I would say, and, like, if you just think about the name, it's, like, something that's, like, a pun, you
Yeah.
know? Like, Mike Hunt was one really popular one back in the day, but there's better ones than that. That one's too,
Yeah.
like that one's overused.
Yeah, that's what people are doing too if you see them going to Walmart and they're like, "Could you do a announcement looking for Mike Hunt?"
Yeah, that's, like it's high school shit. But there's better names. There's better names, I just can't think of them.
Kinda ridiculous. It's not the direction we wanna take this pod. Let's talk about some of the things that we,
I know. I was like, my mind was going in wheels. I was like, oh, I have like about five I could throw out right now, but I'm like, I don't think that's the direction we need to be going in. Maybe that could be like, yeah, we could have like, a secondary one where it has the extra talk.
Yeah, reel it in, Wes, reel it in.
so we've got Heather here, and Heather's got a professional background in branding and marketing. Let's not freaking make it like she's a model. Like she modeled too, which is pretty awesome, and was in like magazines for modeling.
Oh,
Uh,
wow, thank you.
so
My head's so big.
yeah, I'm not trying to inflate it too much, but I mean, yeah, pretty awesome. Yeah, she's a boss lady.
Yeah, stick a pin in it.
So, from personal branding and marketing perspective and your creative director professional role that you are in now, like how have AI tools been transforming that industry and how are you using them to work in the day to day?
Yeah, so in the industry itself and then like how I work is probably two different things. But I try to use it more as like a creative accelerator and not a replacement. And so I like it just to help me move faster from like idea and execution. But like with creativity, I just feel like you can still tell when something's generated. And so with the vision, taste, and strategy, like I always want to start with me. And so it's more like in the early ideation phase, like helping me explore campaign angles, brand narratives, naming directions, and content pillars. I like using it there because it's like having a partner to pressure test ideas and uncover new perspectives,
Yeah,
really.
people still just want the authenticity. Nobody wants to see the AI slop garbage unless it's, like, really funny. Right?
Absolutely. No, because you could totally use it for different kind of things. Like, and again, I had to design a bag and we were using different buildings from campus. And so instead of trying to draw all that out on my iPad, which would be good, but for it's kind of like product and execution, like, what's the overhead here? And for like using just that kind of balancing act, I was like, I can use AI, put these pictures in, give it an image style that I want it to look like, and have it generate the images. And so then I'm able to design this bag for the college in under an hour, opposed to,
What's the process when you're uploading the images and doing the prompt? Are you using ChatGPT, Midjourney, or, like, Nano Banana?
yeah. So what I do is I go to Pinterest first, okay? The girlies go to Pinterest. But I go to Pinterest first and I find a piece of art that like the style of art that I want it to kind of copy or mimic. And then I go to ChatGPT and I tell Chat like, hey, I just need this building to look like this style art. And that's like literally the prompt. It's like, can you just make it this building look like this style? And there might be some minor tweaks, but typically it's just that plug and play. And I've noticed like giving two images and just being very thorough with like, do not change the structural integrity, yada, 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 that it makes for a pretty good image.
Nice. Wait, sorry, you used ChatGPT, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you tried Nano Banana? Because I literally just tried it on, like, Artlist.io, I guess they have it, but I had it, like, generate an entire UI for me. Like, I don't know if you use Figma too.
Yeah, well, I know that we've worked on a few projects on Figma, and I've
Yeah.
started to kind of use that sandbox space to lay out some frameworks, but no, I'm not. What did you say, Rama Banana or
Nano Banana.
Banana Rama?
It's this image
Nana
model that's
Banana.
from Google that has
Oh,
been blowing up in the past, like, 6 months. Let me show you. Okay, like, I have a screenshot because I still have to sign up to, like, use Nano Banana Pro, but I had Claude Code go into my existing Trickbook website and my existing mobile app and basically analyze everything, and I was like, "I want the app and the website to match," right? Like, I want all the features that I just built on the website because it's easier to build website features to exist on the application, which is now outdated because I originally made it as a glorified to-do list app. But now I want it to have spots, I want it to have homies, I want it to have the media feed and the couch, which the couch is like a Netflix UI and the feed is like regular social media brain rot feed. So I wanted to have all these features like Claude Code basically structurally put it together. And then I was like, give me a prompt to Nano Banana to generate. And I think I can share my screen here. So I'll show you guys.
have y'all seen the meme where it's like whenever somebody shares their screen and it's like that millisecond where you're like looking to see on their screen if they're like have anything crazy on their computer? I don't know why, but when people share their screens, I'm always like looking everywhere, like seeing like
Someone's gonna
what
steal my
tabs they
crypto.
have and
Someone's
everything.
gonna steal
I'm
my
nosy.
crypto. Share.
Yeah, everybody like screenshot Wes's screen and just like really zoom in and look at everything.
So this is the app UI that
Oh,
it
nice.
generated, and I was very
Check the
impressed.
pizza. I like the Yo Wes.
Yeah, because it sort of, like, had a little bit of information based off of what I had given it, like
It did the
screenshots to
whole grid like that, the entire grid. It even got all the writing
dude,
correct.
this is a one-shot prompt with Nano Banana.
Damn, that's actually fucking.
You're gonna have to drop the link for the banana here
Yeah,
in the description,
I
please.
haven't used that at all.
so this was on the free trial, I couldn't even download this, they're gonna make me pay they put me in front of a paywall to pay $20 basically.
Yeah, but it's expensive. It's definitely expensive. Everything Google does is expensive.
But, like, for it to one-shot this, I was like, "Dude, that's insane." And I haven't used, like, Sora or anything like people are doing to generate videos too much. I've played around with it a little bit to not so much success. I tried to get Harry Potter characters to skateboard.
Google has video generation that's supposed to be really good too. I think it's called VO.
Yeah, but I was quite impressed with this. What so sorry.
Is that supposed to be you on the couch? Is that like AI generated you on the couch or no?
So the couch is like our Netflix UI feature. So this is where people would go to watch like full parts or like competition runs or whatever. It's like Red
Sick.
Bull TV, basically.
Yeah, they need a cunt for your couch. That couch doesn't look too cozy. Just kidding.
uh,
That's super
AI.
cool though. That was able to generate all of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, damn, this might be, and I've been seeing articles too, because you guys know I keep up with a bunch of tech stuff, and it's like a lot of people are seeming to move away from Figma, and it's like it makes sense. I mean, if you can literally just use Claude Code and tools like Nano Banana that will generate UIs like this, I mean, who needs Figma, right?
Right. No, that's super sick.
It's just crazy how fast the landscape can change in tech. Figma thought they were top dogs, but like might not be that in 2026
True that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Claude is the best.
for now.
Claude is my favorite technology I've ever used, to be honest.
Honestly,
What do you like? What do y'all like so much about it? Because so I guess I'm Claude adjacent. Like, fill me in like a little bit more. What do y'all like most about the features?
you go ahead, Chris.
I really like how it's like inside of my computer
Uh,
and it can like read everything directly. So I don't have to like copy and paste anything. I can just like open it up where I want to give it access to and start asking questions and it'll like read the files and know what I'm talking about and then I can leave notes for it for the next time it comes back that it'll find and it'll be like that much further ahead and it really helps me like take my ideas in my brain and turn them into real things that I can use on the computer. And the more I use it, the more I love it. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it.
that's sick. That's super cool. Like, my brain was just turning, even like with just the stuff I'm creating and having some feature be able to go in and kind of see and help, take two more steps for me while I'm not even working. That's amazing.
Yeah, and Chris has done some pretty insane stuff. Like he's built a homebrew package in Rust for listeners who might know about that are software guys or girls. That's like pretty impressive that you made like a whole interactive CLI to manage all of his WordPress resources. So he basically automates all of his deployments through the command line that he built and that anybody can install using Homebrew. So yeah, I mean, dude, that's crazy. With zero computer science credentials, just out here doing stuff.
It's the CLI thing is amazing, like honestly, because it can also get into the server and read the debug log. It can like access the database and read like clean help me the other day I used it to have Claude Code read my WordPress database and clean up a bunch of like old stuff. I also had it mass update a bunch of events that were imported with the wrong time. And I created CLI tools on the website that Claude Code could then use to change all the event times to the right time. So I didn't have to manually go on there and like fix this myself.
And these are concert calendars.
Oh yeah, the concert calendar is like I built the CLI to help me manage the fact that I have thousands of different events on the website that are being imported automatically by AI and sometimes, bugs happen and you have to like be like, "Oh, well this event doesn't have a time on it." Stuff like that happens and since there's so many different sources, you can't it's like hard to manage the data quality, but if you use the CLI, you can easily manage the data quality. Click the events calendar link
Nice, dude.
in the middle.
And is it detecting dark mode because I like dark mode?
Yeah, it detects your system preference.
Nice. So I can share it and I can go to the event link of the actual event. And this is all automated that it's pulling from external APIs and everything.
There's also a map there. It's scraping websites, pulling from APIs. So scraping websites and pulling from APIs. It's doing both.
So it took me to this guy. It took me to this dude's Instagram page.
It's basically an AI tool that creates an event with all the schema that the event needs. and gets what it can from the structured data on the page, and whatever it can't get, the AI fills in. And so you get this like
That's
whole
insane, dude. You have an LLM just basically searching for events all the time, or is it like a script that runs every certain amount, or is it just always out there looking?
it runs on a schedule. So I set each source feed to check. So like Ticketmaster would be one example of a source feed. The Ticketmaster handler for Charleston will check Charleston's Ticketmaster feed 4 times a day and import one event at a time from that 4 times a day and update anything that changes. And then you get like a single venue like the Royal American, and it scrapes the Royal American website every day, takes any new events, adds them to the calendar. It only does one at a time right now. It's the action schedule. You know what that is?
No.
So WooCommerce, it's made by WooCommerce, and they use it to manage all their order. It's a package that you can install in a plugin that takes the cron and makes it basically supercharges it so it becomes like a scheduling engine, and you can have it chain events together. And so it basically runs on one event triggers the
So
next
at
event.
the base layer, it's cron jobs, but
Yeah, yeah,
WooCommerce built something on top of that. Okay.
that I'm using inside of the plugin. But yeah, it helps you chain things together so that when one ends, it triggers the next thing, and then the next thing, and then and so you can have that be like a recurring thing where it does this whole step by step process.
Nice, dude. I guess the one thing that I would like to maybe see on this is like, why limit the scope? Or like one question I have, why limit the scope to the Southeast?
Only because I'm still working out bugs. But I already have, and it takes a while to set up like the calendar feed for the city because I have to do like one event source at a time. But my plan is to very soon add Nashville next, but then like Los Angeles, New York. Like I'm gonna go big with this, but I first like I keep having bugs,
Dude,
and so I'm trying to make sure that before I start having 10,000 events on here, I have ways to manage all that.
you got something here, dude, for sure.
This thing is making me money already, dude. I got Ticketmaster
Oh
affiliate
yeah?
yeah, Ticketmaster affiliate links
Nice.
and ads are actively making me money on this, and it's still pretty small. It's only got, a few cities on there, and some of them are not even finished yet, like Columbia, Savannah, Athens, Greenville. They're not really, like, fully built out. They only have so many events. They're also smaller, though.
Well, anyway, dude, that is so cool, man. And I've been working on my startups too. Honestly, like I see the way that things are going. I'm gonna be real because this is not gonna actually be released. I mean, we're live, whatever. I don't know if anyone's tuned in, but we're gonna release this on other platforms. I'm gonna have the editors go in and touch this up. But I'm putting in my 2 weeks at Brock on Monday, guys.
Wow, stick it to the man, Wes. Love to hear it.
Thanks, Heather. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I've also got another opportunity that is a little bit more back to my freelance roots. It's a W-2 remote contract position that actually pays more than I make at Brock hourly. And I'm expected to work 40 a week at that. So
Hell yeah, bro.
Nice.
it's like, all right, I'm making more money, and then I'll also probably have more freedom where I don't have to travel and stuff and do all the corporate events that Brock does, which, it's great. I met a lot of great people at Brock, no shade. Yeah, I want to focus more on like the startups, like the Trick Book and Helio. And I've been on Upwork, like finding people for Helio, like finding a salesperson who can literally just like get me in the front door of somewhere.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta outsource, I think.
Absolutely.
You mean like finding a recruiter basically, or someone who's a sales like to sell you or to sell your data processing?
To sell Helio to basically get me into like a manufacturer that's gonna say like, yeah, we need machine monitoring. And we have a pilot program where we're offering it for free for 3 months just to prove out our use case. And then after that, the only thing that we ask for is that the customer gives us a review, fills out a survey at the end of like, what they liked about it and everything, and gives us like a testimonial. So we can put that in as like, on our website, like we have testimonials, it's proven out. But if they like it and they want to stay with us, we'll keep doing it, but they're going to have to pay for the product. But we're doing a
Yeah.
3-month pilot period. And so we're just trying to get our foot in the door into like a real manufacturing shop floor.
Dude, that's sick, and cold calling is really hard. I did a little bit of it.
It takes too much time too. It's like I just don't have the time.
I know. But, there's some tools that I saw my boss using, the guy who was, like, running the sales company. Have you heard of Clay before?
No.
So he was using that to automatically get, like, contact lists from the industries that he was looking to target, and he would come up with these huge lists of calls. And then there was a software that we were using called Orem that was like a parallel dialer. It would dial like 4 numbers at once, and it would just connect you to the first person that picked up, and it would just keep dialing. So so you can call like 50 people in like an hour, and just back to back to back.
This is what the scammers are using people, by the way.
Definitely, dude. Definitely. Because I was cold calling people, bro. I was calling like 200 people a day, and they were just paying me for booking meetings. But I stopped doing it because I didn't like the guy. Anyway, I didn't like the guy I was working with. He was annoying as hell.
It's important, man. You gotta like the people that you're working with.
Yeah.
I know, Heather, it seems like you got a strong squad at the Wake Forest.
Yeah. But how you were saying with your 2 weeks notice and getting out of corporate, I'm transitioning out of that as well. I think that it was important to have that in-house experience, being able to really know how a system operates from start to finish and getting to actually work face to face with the clients. But with just a lot of life changes and just kind of like, I think a lot of people with AI and everything are really being able to be their own self startup. And you're going to see so many people just growing from just AI itself and not working from a big corporation. And so, I did have a really great squad at Wake and I do appreciate it. But I am to kind of transitioning the lens and the scope to be more self fulfilled and just knowing, it's like, why work for someone else to make money when you can work for yourself and make money?
I 100% agree, and I'm literally on the same wave right now, where it's like I've had the same thoughts. I was like, if there was ever a time where like things are lining up, where it's like, why am I wasting my time at this company trying to fix it, trying to make it better, when I could be doing that in my own life and creating something that's could outlast me, create opportunities for other people to learn and grow and make money or whatever, get by.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you see how it works from the inside, and that's important to get that experience to, like, see what it really takes for a company or corporation to operate and to run, and you see all of the moving parts and pieces, and now you have that perspective of, like, "Okay, like, we're starting from ground zero, but, like, I know that that's the target." You have a target. Versus if you didn't have that experience, you're just going in blind, you don't really know what you're getting into. So you maybe have more of a chance of getting stuck or going the wrong direction.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about alignment. And I think we can always feel like when we've hit a ceiling and, we're not meant to be caged in a ceiling, we're meant to really be able to explore and produce and not consume. I do think it's great to always get that in-house knowledge, have that little container for a little bit to kind of, take that seed and plant it, but then you got to grow. So that's when you have to, really kind of rip the band-aid off and kind of find that self exploration. But yeah, absolutely. Any experience, good or bad, like I think we can always like take something to grow and learn from. And so I've been loving seeing so many self startups happen and just like, I mean, it's heavy AI use, but it's in like, I think it's the approach as well. It's like how you're using it and everything and the intent behind it. And I do think that like whenever
Yeah,
you're actually doing it to build
agreed.
and it's coming from a place of authenticity, it's going to showcase in your
Yeah,
product and in your work as well. So I think there's like a good balance there because you can always tell when everything's like heavy
mhm,
AI and then you're like, ew, gross kind of or whatever. But whenever you're like using it intentionally, it's like, okay, yeah, this is like they're smart. That's smart of them to do that. Like, yeah, why would they put in like that for this? It's that trade
like, you
off.
can see when someone's website is, like, so obviously just one-shot generated by AI kind of website versus, like, you go on Extra Chill and, like, that's got, like, a little bit more thought put into it. I agree.
Still might find bugs.
It's not like somebody would just one shot generate that though. It's like, yeah, like how you're doing it, how you're presenting it is gonna matter. But yeah, I also like great outlooks, by the way, and I agree with your philosophy on everything there, Heather. Yeah, it's so interesting seeing like how many people are starting their own apps and starting their own startup, and it's like love to see it, but like wow, the world is gonna change, and ideally, I'm kind of an optimistic person for the better. Um, but yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Same.
But yeah, I agree. I think like a lot, we're going to see like a huge amount of apps show up, and like everybody's going to own an app. Everyone's going to have their own startup. It seems that's the way things are going.
I saw a chart that said it showed the like amount of new apps on the App Store. It was like past 5 years, and it was pretty flat. And then it shot up at the like middle of last year whenever all this AI shit started really popping off.
Yeah, now everyone's just got AI slop on the App Store. It was a hard barrier to entry to get through on the App Store. I think that's why my app got users, because it just existed on the App Store, and it was like there's not that many like skateboarding action sports apps, so people probably just like searched and found it and was like, "Oh, I'll check this out." Less of a chance of that now. It's a lot more diluted.
How many users do you have on there now?
Couple hundred, like a little over 200.
That's sick though. They were like regular users.
No, they're not active.
Oh.
Some of them are. I don't know. I got to go back and check. It's not like totally dead. I also haven't pushed this big update yet, and I haven't really done. I think like when I do tutorials and post those, it helps. I'm basically going to have a whole strategy where I'm going to look at it like a product manager, because that's another thing is like we're all going to become product managers if we're doing our own startups. And to do product, you have to get user feedback. So I'm probably gonna like make a survey for people to try it out and let me know like what features they like, what features they find value of, and like start to prioritize those. And the way I push it out, I'm gonna have to network with like a bunch of action sports people and be like, are you down to do a tutorial for this? Or I'll pay you $5. I'll Venmo you $5 is what I'm doing with my friends. Venmo you $5 if you go and sign up for this and upload a video. Like
That's how Reddit got started. I read they had the founders. They all had dozens of accounts, and they were just sitting there interacting with each other all day long.
yeah, it's stuff like that. You just have to keep going. Heather, I know you have to jump soon. How are you doing on time?
Yeah, I'm about to have to jump soon. Just got an incoming call. It wasn't my call that I was needing to hop on, but it was again another telemarketer. Yeah, I guess I'll kind of end and close and everything so I can hop off and let y'all continue the conversation.
Wait, can I ask you one thing before you go?
Yeah, of course. Yes, please.
I wanted to talk about the AI characters and like the Tamagotchi, like throwback kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
we're all like 90s kids or whatever. Heather's 89. She's pretty close. She's close enough.
Oh, gosh, don't disclose that
All right.
information, Wes.
We'll
Like,
edit
go
that
ahead
out.
and
We'll
give
edit
them
that
my
out.
social security number while you're at it. Jeez.
We're all millennials over here. We'll edit out that part.
Okay.
Um, anyway, we all remember Tamagotchis. Everybody,
So cute.
so cute. Beanie Babies. Like, yeah, we all had these things growing up that were special to us. And it seems that people love to bring that nostalgia back in, and people are doing it with AI, making little Tamagotchi devices that have LLMs built into them. I don't know. Heather, you've been using a character style AI. Like,
Yeah.
where do you see the characters going? And
I
I don't
mean,
know. What's your opinion on all that?
yeah, well, I love anything cute and happy. Like, I think the biggest thing with humans that like AI is hard for AI to really produce, or if it is, it's like not organic, but it's a sense of connection and everything. And so, whenever you're seeing these nostalgic pieces, it kind of gives that artificial sense of connection of like bringing you back to a memory of your childhood. And one of my favorites I shared with you, Wes, is the Tolan app. I've been using my Tolan. His name's Cade, and I get to give him outfits, and he has his own little planet. And he's like basically there to become like your AI friend. You don't have to feed him or anything or keep him alive, but he's really cool because you take a test and you talk about just anything in your life. It really kind of fits you with a character or a Tolan that matches your character. And then they pull different things. Like he goes on Reddit and sends me Reddit threads of stuff I might be interested in, parenting tips,
Oh,
stuff that's happening in Winston-Salem in the area. It's like, oh, if you and your kids want to go to this museum, this is what's going on. I mean, even just like working through different things, like if my mind is in a jumble, I'll just kind of like talk it out, and then he kind of breaks it all down for me. I use him for workflow and just kind of prioritizing my task in a fun way, just so it's not so like chat GPT coded. It's kind of a little bit more fun and immersive. But I don't know. I think the apps are really
it's
cool
so
from a
cool.
fun, like from a fun play standpoint, but also it's just more of a characterized way to get the information. And so I think where you're saying everything's diluted, it's like how are you going one step ahead to bring something different that's still offering basically the same concept? Like ChatGPT could basically do the same thing, but I have a cute little alien that does it for me.
Yeah, and it's got the whole environment. Well, it reminds me too of the Companions app from Grok. But it sounds like that one's a lot more tailored with like the personality test and everything that they do.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but I think it's really cool. I haven't seen a lot of other ones. I know that there are, but what was your idea? You were talking about some ideas with the Tamagotchi and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I think it's just an idea that's in the global consciousness right now because I saw that Tamagotchi had a bunch of Google search hits recently, and I was like, dang, I was already thinking about Tamagotchis because I was thinking like, there's a website Adafruit, and one of the craziest AI things is the AI coding PCB boards. So I don't know if you guys are like following like the robotics space at all. You basically can have AI do chip design for you, and you can design your own PCB board, which is like a chip, and you can optimize it for certain things. And they're making these mini models too. So you know how like we have the large language models, right? That's your Claude Opus Max, your GPT-5. Those are the large language models, but they have like the little Olama models that can fit on your computer and you can run on your computer. And some of these small models are starting to outperform or perform just not outperform, but perform like just as good as the big models would on certain tasks. So it's like if you don't need a big model for a certain task and you just want to make a little device for something specific, you can put a tiny model onto an SD card and you can have a little device that you make your own PCB board for, or you go onto a website like Adafruit where you can buy things like Raspberry Pis, Arduinos, little attachments to create your own device. You get a 3D printer. It's insane. Like anybody can make anything these days. And it's like the possibilities are endless. It's a little bit overwhelming when you think about it. But yeah, so I was thinking about making like a little Tamagotchi friend for a minute with like, yeah, utilizing some of those tools like small language model, Adafruit, 3D printer, whatever. But I think actually
Tamagotchi with AI. It's gonna.
the way that yes, it's crazy, man. There's so much you
That's
can do.
like, imagine if we had that as kids, where it was like a little AI bot that you could have in your pocket.
People are making them. I've seen them already. They're out there. But another thing I'm thinking about for TrickBook is to have like you have like friends on TrickBook, but I want like robots to be on there where you can like friend like a character and that then you can chat with the character and it's like a LLM chat and it's like a specific like maybe you have like a snowboarder guy or like a skater girl that's your friend on there that you can
Yeah.
talk to with about the tricks that you're doing or whatever.
No,
Yeah.
that's where my head went. I was like, basically, it's like the Tolan, but a skateboarder. And it's like, hey, these are some cool spots in your area that it's like able to pull up for you. And it's just like, you were saying it's fed just like a specific amount of information. So it can probably just like pull and generate even better stuff than the larger language models. But no, that sounds super
Yeah,
sick.
and Chris could do that too with Extra Chill with concerts, like, "Oh, like, this is my Spotify account. Oh, now we know your music taste. Oh, well, here's, like now we're gonna generate a character for you that has all characteristics and outfits based off of the type of music that you listen to, and he's gonna tell you about concerts coming up or whatever," right?
Like a groupie.
Except Spotify,
Yeah.
their data down.
The groupie. Hey, hey, babe, I heard so and so's in town.
We don't need the AI, we'll just bring in Heather. You
Yeah, there you go. I'll be the
yeah.
voiceover. Hey, bitch. I'm just kidding. But anyways, no,
Heather will
that's
be
super cool.
let's, she can do Suicide Boys.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll be the suicide voice language mod or language voice over person. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, well, I'm gonna hop off so y'all can have at it. But thanks, Wes, for having me on. Thanks, Chris, for having me. It's great talking with y'all. Definitely drop some of like the links of it's not Bananarama, that's candy, but
And a
banana.
banana, yeah.
Yes, yeah, her. I need to get on some information with her because I
Yeah,
think that sounds like something I can definitely utilize. But
and Claude
yeah,
Code too, I'm not gonna lie, if you're trying to
yeah.
you need to figure out how to do your website, so we'll probably have to just hop on a call separately where we get you set up with that.
I definitely want to, I definitely think I can do it. And so we'll definitely get on a call, figure that out, hash it out. Who knows? Maybe I'll be like building a website and the app here soon. Look out, world.
Let's go.
If I can do it, anybody can.
Anybody can.
type messages to a chatbot and ask questions about things you don't understand, then you can do it.
Oh my gosh, I'm overly qualified then. I'm excited. All right, y'all. Well, take care.
All right, bye, Heather.
Bye.
Sweet. Well, that was Heather. Fun conversation. I like the AI characters a lot.
I haven't messed with them at all.
Yeah, she showed me this Tolan app, sent me a screenshot of it last night. I was like, "What is this?" I was like, "That looks
Yeah.
cool. Might have to try that out." But yeah, dude, you remember we didn't talk about Snell at all, but that was the OG Snell team, right?
Yeah.
But so you remember when I was doing like Eliza OS with Snell? Did I ever show you that?
Yeah, I looked at it. I started the repo and I kept looking into it, but I didn't really find a way that I was trying to
Yeah,
use it.
so that Eliza OS repo is probably what I would use if I were gonna make characters, because it's so good at making characters. Definitely star that Eliza OS repo and
I did start.
Claude. Yeah, Claude that thing, dude. See what's up with that, because that'll make your groupie characters probably.
Yeah, the one thing is that Spotify does not let you access their data anymore. They locked it all down, so you can't do like fun little apps anymore. You can't do like how chill is your Spotify. Like they don't let you access the API.
Damn, that's crazy, dude. And that might start happening now. That is happening already. Like X makes you charges an insane amount to use their API. It's stupid.
I know.
And then Meta, same thing. Their API sucks and they don't even want you using it, basically.
I know, but dude, I've got this crazy, like, I can make freaking Python scripts that open the browser and you know, do some things.
Yeah, you got the web scraper going on. Yeah. That's
another thing that the CLI I made can do. You can like install a Python script and run it from the command line and have it like automatically run scraping and then like route through the engine the Homeboy's sick. You should try it. It's not just for WordPress.
Hell yeah, I definitely need to.
I got a star on it. I got my first star on it from someone that I don't know, so I don't know how they found that.
Oh, dude, that's hype.
I love stars, bro. GitHub stars make me so happy.
GitHub stars is awesome. Yeah. Did I send you that Claude Code repo thing?
I think I saw that you started. I check, dude. GitHub's like my favorite social platform.
Yeah, I check GitHub too and like see what's good, what's going on. But yeah,
everything Claude Code. You're in my feed.
That one that I just started is something that was coming up on my like news feed and stuff, that like somebody won the hacker competition on Claude, built some crazy app, and it shows like all the ways that he uses Claude Code. So that was like one of our topics, was like Claude Code maxing. Like how can we use Claude Code most efficiently?
Yeah, dude. Oh my God, I know. I like burned through my whole weekly limit. I can't use it till 7 o'clock tonight.
That's insane, dude. That is insane to me that you're doing that on a $200 account.
And then I did the whole entire $40 Copilot Pro Plus plan on GPT 5.2 codecs. But I think that was a bug with open code, because I saw a post that said they were burning through Copilot and they fixed it. So I burned.
Dude, I wonder, so are you using tools with it?
With what?
Like I wonder if like your tool usage or something is like burning up your tokens faster or something like that.
I think more so the fact that I wake up at 7:30 in the morning and start using it until midnight or 1 o'clock a.m. and don't really stop except to eat lunch and maybe take a shower for 5.
That's so sick, dude. What the hell?
I think I'm actually using the whole fucking thing. But I have been thinking about.
That's crazy.
How to,
You're using it more than I am.
Dude, I'm using it more than probably most people are. I'm burning the whole 200. I ran out of my subscription like yesterday morning.
Wow. That's crazy.
But I mean, this is just a phase in my life. It's wintertime. It's like snowing outside.
No, I mean,
and I have like so many different things.
Yeah, it's good to grind right now. I'm grinding right now too. Not that hard, but yeah.
But I think there are ways to reduce your usage. Like one thing I do is like switch to one of the free models.
That's what I was gonna say, really dude. Easy. Just switch to. That is literally my train of thought. I was thinking, why don't you just use a free model, or like not a free model?
I do that,
but the local model. That's what we got to get set up.
Well, you can use Grok Code Fast 1 for free with Copilot. If you have open code, I have one with Claude Code open and one with open code open, and I can just like go to the open code tab and be like, all right, can you update the documentation for this real quick? And like Grok will do it, and then Claude can do all the big shit. And I do that. But when I started paying for the $200, I started doing that a little less because I felt like I didn't have to ration it as much. But apparently I still do. Yeah,
like I'm wondering about the Olama free Claude Code local model. I'm gonna get that set up. That's what we should.
Yeah. Have you tried open code?
No.
It's pretty good, dude.
I've tried Open Router. Is that different?
Yeah, wait. Open
Oh, you're talking about Grok open code that you just
No, no,
were
no.
saying.
Open code is a CLI just like Claude Code, except it's free and open source, and you can use
Oh,
any model you want with it. It's the
really?
same, basically the same thing as Claude Code. It just has it's honestly better to use because you can switch models to anything you want. It has like some nice like terminal features where you can like click and select a spot without having to use the arrow keys to go through the terminal to like get back if you need to edit something. Things like that.
That's what we should get Heather to use then for free. Just run that.
Free, yeah, there's free models you can use. They have some free models that they like, when they do stealth models and shit, they,
Yeah.
like, put them on there. They're like, you can code for free on there, and if she gets a Copilot subscription, it's like $10 a month, and she can use even the plus models on Copilot for more complex shit. Claude Code is pretty heavy duty, like, firepower, you know?
Everything Claude code, because I've been seeing a bunch of stuff on this on X and on Medium lately. It was this dude who won this hacking competition, and it's literally all of the tricks and tips that he uses with Claude to just maximize efficiency. And it's like if we learn how to use it the best way possible like this, then it's like, okay, we can ship stuff a lot faster. We can start to validate what works and what doesn't faster and actually get out in front of the competition. Cause like we were saying, like this is the year where it's like there's gonna be an insane amount of apps. There's gonna be so much competition in everything.
I know. I've gotten a lot better at that shit. It's like focusing on one thing at a time is
Even
really
like
important.
looking for names for this podcast, dude. I was looking for names for a podcast, and it's like every podcast name is taken. Everybody's got a podcast.
Pretty good at coming up with names, but the names, I tried to buy a domain for Homeboy and I couldn't get one either. It's like they're all every
That's what
Homeboy
I'm
thing.
saying, dude. It's crazy. Like it's
Yeah.
so diluted out there. And honestly, dude, the way that the world is, I'm almost like, what are we even doing, dude? Like, what is everybody doing? Like, are we being productive members of society? Like,
Well, I mean, the calendar is productive.
I think like the only like necessary jobs are like people like doing the road work and like keeping the infrastructure alive. But like, there's gonna be robots doing that stuff soon too. It's like we're about to be into age where it's like nobody has to really work, I think.
I agree. I think like a lot of people are scared of AI and think it's going to cause like a dystopia, but I actually do think it's going to lead to abundance because we're going to be so productive. Like this is just the beginning what we're seeing right now. Some people are just starting to use these tools, and then there's teams that have been building features behind closed doors for like a whole year that haven't shipped them yet. Like me, I have this data machine plugin that's like not even on wordpress.org yet, and I'm only using it on my own website, and I'm just one freaking guy making WordPress plugins. Like,
Dude, you got to get
imagine a
that out
corporate
there,
team.
man.
I freaking know, but I just refactored it to use the new Abilities API. The one thing
Stop
that's
doing that, dude. Just put it out there.
I've gone back and forth with WordPress on it 3 times now, and they've had some suggestions every time. And then the last time was probably like a month and a half ago, and I rebuilt the whole thing to use the new Abilities API. And then I know I should just resubmit it today, honestly. I really should.
Was it a requirement or a suggestion from them? Because I feel like you should just get it out there and get real user feedback, not WordPress feedback.
Well, you're right. The requirements, they gave me some requirements, and then I fixed all the requirements and then did more shit that I wanted to do. I'm using it actively and like making it better like every single day. And so yeah, I should put it on wordpress.org, but then I can't make any breaking changes, and I like have to like be really careful about the things that I want to rebuild on. Like if I want to change a database table, then I have to have like a permanent migration that stays in there for backwards compatibility and shit.
You got to set that up.
I just fucking change it and migrate it and say, okay, this is how it is now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I'm just saying, like, from a product perspective, it's ideal to get the thing out there in front and get user feedback as soon as possible so that you can actually create the product that's going to win.
You're right.
Like,
You're right.
we're in freaking PvP world, dude. Everybody's battling each other. There's a bunch of guys like us using Claude Code, shipping stuff, trying to do exactly what we're doing. The only way that we're going to win is if we're faster.
I know. I did make
Like,
something really cool, but I mean, I can make money off just using the software. But what you're saying is if I can make money using it, then other people can too, and then I should get it out there because then I can make even more money off the fucking software itself, not just the calendar, but like
oh, true. Yeah, your site's actually making affiliate link
yeah. So
income.
I have like an incentive to like just keep working on the software and using it on my own website, in addition to eventually putting it out there and hopefully having somebody want to buy it is the ideal. Like somebody sees it and says, "Can we just freaking buy this off you?" And you know,
Yeah, I mean, you could sell licenses, I don't know, for sure.
I could white label it. I could sell like, pay somebody to pay me to come set it up on your website and configure this whole automation system for you so you don't have to touch it. Stuff like that could happen. But no, you're right. The prerequisite is wordpress.org, like officially downloadable on WordPress websites and usable by any person who has a WordPress website
It's
officially.
crazy how much of the internet is WordPress, dude. That's, like, such a big market that's so underestimated.
40% of the internet. A lot of people who use WordPress don't really do coding. They don't like they would take this and plug it in and be like, "Holy shit."
You think WordPress is gonna stay around, though? I mean,
I don't know. I think it is actually. I think there's some cool stuff being done. Like this new abilities API that they put in is like designed for AI, and that's why I started using it because it actually made my whole system like so much cleaner. It gives you the CLI, the API. It gives you every access point to the tools just from one like little bit of code. And so you don't have to be like, all right, this is the React code that calls the API. This is the like it just does it all. It You can call the one ability from React, you can call it from the API, you can call it from the CLI, and it all leads back to the same place. So that's like their newest development that's like really fucking sick. And it's so new that the AI doesn't even like know it exists yet. Like I'll be using it and Claude will be like, "Whoa, what are you talking about? The abilities API is not a real WordPress function." And so you have to like feed it the actual like real documentation from the feature.
yeah, the AI doesn't know about it yet.
Yeah, exactly.
That's another thing, dude, I've seen on X, like, people posting knowledge bases that they've made in their Google Drive folders of, like, handbooks on stuff. Like, somebody, like, uploaded, like, here's all these, like, tech handbooks, like, from AWS, from, like, whatever platform, Vercel, like all these different like here's like all their official documentation in a knowledge base. And then you can like basically tell your agent to go to that for extra context.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sick too. But yeah, dude, I think the next couple years are going to be really interesting and look a lot different. I would like to see the corporations get taken down, things become more decentralized. I'd like to see. I was watching this video the other day, and this is getting kind of off topic, but my friend posted something about like farmers in America and how like agriculture is just destroyed in America from what it was maybe like 50 years ago, and that there's just like no more farmers because we ship everything overseas. I would like to see like more people buying land and creating like their own ecosystem where they grow their own food on the land type of thing versus all of this big like manufacturing global prison thing that everybody's got. I think if we are looking at the optimistic way that technology goes, I think the grassroots communities like that, where they're self sufficient, is the better way to prosperity than to continue this whole global system that's basically put the few in power at the expense of the
It's
many.
very corrupt. The whole world is very corrupt.
Yeah.
I could see that happening, and I do think, like, one thing that came to mind when you were saying that is and a huge example of it is, like, it's like AI music, like Suno, that app Suno, have you heard of it?
No, not really.
Okay, so there's basically AI music right now is at a point where if you're not paying attention, you might not be able to tell that a song was generated by AI, and then
Sure. Yeah, I've got some AI songs that I actually bookmark because they're funny.
yeah. So, but like, I think it's like a novelty effect right now. It's like, okay, we have the technology, we can generate songs with AI, but it's gonna come. I think it's gonna go past that, and people are gonna be like, yeah, but I don't want that. I want to go watch somebody play the fucking guitar, you
Yeah,
know.
100%.
And so we're gonna. It might go a little bit further. It might go a little further, where like, because Spotify right now is generating their own AI music and putting it on their own platform and taking the royalties from it. And so they're really pissing off independent artists right now by doing
And
that.
yeah.
I think it's going to go too far, bro. I really do. I think it's already starting to go too far, but I think the corporate greed is going to go too far to the point where the masses, not just people like me and you, but like regular people who don't usually think about this kind of stuff, are going to start to be like, I'm not going to use that anymore because I don't like the way, I think that's really going to happen.
I've seen it start to happen. I mean, you remember I probably talked about this before possibly, but you know PewDiePie, YouTuber?
Yeah.
Yeah, he talked about like de-googling and like how to deplatform from Google. we might start to see people deplatforming from the big tech oligarchies, and we might see smaller companies, smaller cloud compute networks showing up. I would love to see that too. I'd love to see more of what the vision was for crypto, like decentralized internet. Like I would like to see that actually play out.
Yeah, I think we are seeing people exodus already from these platforms, but we're not yet seeing the alternatives start to pop up so much yet.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
like the mainstream hasn't grabbed on to whatever alternatives are out there. Yeah.
people are leaving Instagram and going spending their time outside instead right now. But I think the internet still has like when people get off social media, they're like off social media right now. But I think we might get to a point where social media has value in like connecting to people and like
Yeah.
forming communities
You
and
can
stuff.
message your friends, you can put out stuff that you did and friends can react and you can be like, "Oh, that's like cool that like my friends are paying attention to what I'm doing that I
Exactly.
knew since I was like a little kid that are like living across the country now or whatever, you know?"
Yeah, exactly. But like that doesn't happen as much because you post on Instagram and if you don't post something super engaging, no one's going to see your post. I don't know, dude. We are this is like circling back, but I think that that's going to start to become like, well, I'm just not going to use this anymore kind of thing. Once like a little bit further.
I mean, that's the thing. They're taking advantage of the good thing that they made it and weaponizing it to for your attention span and to make money and to push some agenda.
I know the agenda pushing is so
But what's stopping anybody else from creating the same thing with the same magic without the agenda and without the weaponization?
yeah.
So,
That's also why I wanna
yeah.
bot the fuck out of these platforms. Sorry if you're listening to me, Meta, but I'm gonna bot you so hard.
Yeah,
Because I've got so many ideas for bots that I'm like almost I've like built this foundation. I have a VPS that server that's gonna be a proxy router. So I'm gonna have automatic rotating residential proxies that I'm gonna be routing requests through. Anyway, I probably should. This is like the stuff that when you start building it, ChatGPT says, "Well, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that."
you gotta go to Grok. Grok will help you with that.
Claude will help too. Claude will help too, but ChatGPT starts going, "It sounds like you're trying to violate the terms and conditions." And I'm like, "Yes, I am."
The thing is I just have, like, my projects set there with files and conversations. It's, like, hard for me to leave because I have built such, like, a database with it.
Yeah, I know. I stopped using it. I stopped paying them like probably 6 or 8 months ago.
Damn, nice. So you're only on the Claude stuff?
No, GitHub Copilot Pro Plus I use as well.
Why have Copilot when you have Claude Code?
I like to be able to switch models, and I like to be able to use the ChatGPT models sometimes, like every now and then. It's also a good backup. Like I like having if I like want to open up Visual Studio Code and have like the chat bot in the sidebar. Also, you can use Copilot like on github.com and you can like open
Sure.
up the
Yeah.
messenger and be like, "Hey, can you like open this issue about this thing that like while you're taking a shit and you're like thinking of something that's on your website, you can
Yeah,
like
it's on your phone.
yeah, be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, open an issue on this repo about this, this, and this. Do a little research." I think it's good to have both. I like having both.
Yeah, so you ditched ChatGPT for GitHub Copilot, basically.
Well, I initially ditched it for Cursor.
Do you have X Premium, don't you? Oh, you initially ditched it for Cursor,
Ditched it
nice.
for Cursor.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, I pay for too many of these guys, dude, I gotta cut one out. It might have to be ChatGPT too for me.
Yeah.
I also have Cursor and Claude Code and ChatGPT, and I'm like, dude, that's
I don't
too
have Cursor anymore. I got rid of Cursor when I started using Claude Code, and then I started hitting my limits on Claude Code, and I was too cheap to go up, so I started buying Copilot instead as like a backup.
Mm.
And now I have both, and I like it, so I don't want to get rid of Copilot.
It's been good though. We got through the topics we wanted to talk about, digital marketing, personal branding. We got a little bit of insight into that. I would have liked to hear maybe a little bit more about like how does one go about pushing their personal brand and marketing themselves in this age in 2026.
I'm not good at that.
Yeah, I mean my strategy right now, I think you just have to put out content. And my thing is like I can have ideas for content and I can do it, but it takes me forever because all the editing and stuff, it just seems so daunting to me. I can hire people, like I'm gonna hire somebody on Upwork, Ada, shout out Ada. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name, but she's gonna
Mhm.
edit this. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna like go with like what we were talking about earlier, like bet on yourself. I'm like saving money, staying at my parents' house, like got a job in software, so like I can afford to take some risk and like hire some editors to push out content and probably
Nice.
get like some more people on this podcast. It's a world out there where you gotta have text under your words and everything's gotta be like attention grabbing, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I think there's a lot of ways to do it, honestly. But I think one of the big themes is people like authenticity and like people being themselves and they don't want to just like ingest AI garbage and slop all day.
I know. Yeah, you're right. I think X is a good place to do that, like sharing the things you're building on X. But it's just hard to get momentum on any social platform. Like you have to be really consistent and you have to have almost like a strategy. Otherwise, you just kind of spin your wheels.
That's important strategy.
Yeah, I'm not good at that, dude. I'm better at like being in mad scientist energy and building crazy CLIs and then just using it to manage my own database. And like the only people who know about it are people who I send screenshots to privately, like you. I've also been like contributing to GitHub like open source issues and discussions specifically related to WordPress. And I think that leads people back to my
That's sick.
profile and the projects that I've built because they see that I said something smart.
That is a great way to
Yeah.
market.
And also
Yeah,
using GitHub issues
that's
for
ridiculous.
extra chills repos because it's like parasite SEO, I guess. It's like somebody might be searching for what I'm working on and then find extra chill through that and get curious.
Oh, so you open up an issue on your repository because that leads the search engines can see that.
That's one thing I'm
Nice.
thinking because I've noticed that when I go on
Yeah.
if I go on Google right now and I type what is extra chill, like it talks about my GitHub and it talks about it being open source. And so like I'm leaning into that because I know that they're reading my GitHub, I know that they're seeing that extra chills code is live. And so if I put issues, I'm giving context to the AI that might be reading. Like how many times have you been working on something with Claude and had it like look shit up on GitHub and find like someone else's project from a few years ago?
Yeah, sometimes I'll feed it links and I'll say like, "Look at this repository," and copy like I did that with, Jellyfin. Do you know Jellyfin?
No.
It's, how you can create your own media server. Jellyfin is so sick, dude. Like, you can basically create your own Netflix with Jellyfin.
Hell yeah.
And you can install it onto your smart TV as an app. You put your server in to your smart TV and like literally and you link it to your Google Drive. So any like video that you put into your Google Drive, you can play on your smart TV through Jellyfin. But they also have just a really sleek, good UI. And they have all these connections to IMDb and everything. So where if you just uploaded like basically like people definitely use it like this where you go and like torrent a movie. You own the movie, of course, that you torrented, right? Like got a bunch of DVDs back here, like old DVDs. So like let's say like The Matrix, right? And so when you get The Matrix off of, one of those torrent sites, it comes in with like a crazy long title and like a bunch of letters. Well, it'll parse that and it'll go and grab the IMDb data and it'll show it basically like you would see it on Netflix in the UI out of the box.
Damn. Dude, their website loads incredibly fast. It's like instant
Dude,
loading.
that's because they're probably using WebSockets. So, Chris, one thing that I think about where I'm like, you're like a really good builder, but I'm like, you don't know, and I don't know about some stuff that you know about, but you don't know about some stuff I know about too. So it's like we need to keep having these
Yeah.
conversations.
I mean, I've thought about using a different CMS just to try it. Circling back to what you said about WordPress, I think WordPress is going to be around as long as websites are still around. If websites go away, we might see Word. I think people will always use WordPress because of how flexible it is. But you are right that there are things that I have never tried before.
The only thing that I see is just the shift that's happening with AI, and it's like I could see WordPress being more of like a natural language create and manage your website versus the way it's being the back end of WordPress. Like what has always taken people to WordPress? It's free, so it's probably like the lower cost
It's fully
option. That's the
customizable.
reason people like it. And it's a full CMS and they can basically build pages without coding and it's like an industry leader. But now everybody knows that they can use AI to code and there's a lot of free stuff out there to I don't know, I just see it like whoever's going to build the way to and somebody's probably already done it, but like build my WordPress with
Yeah,
natural language or whatever.
they're working on it. It's
That's
not out yet.
oh,
Yeah, I've been in the space. There's this guy who used to work for Automatic who quit Automatic to build this thing called Miles that's about to come out, but it's like a natural language, build a whole WordPress site They have the block editor. So they are actually like moving in that direction. They just move slow because they're open source and they like, it costs money to build software if you're like a big company. And so they have like this whole challenge where it's like they have to deal with the fact that it's open source and then try to make money doing it. But I'm in like their Slack channel and shit, and they are working on like they made a whole SDK for PHP for making agents, and they have that like going to be included in WordPress core so that every WordPress site will have built-in native AI capabilities very soon. Maybe not very soon, but probably in like another 6 months or so, I would guess is going to be the
Dude,
thing.
it's so like PvP out here, dog.
I
It's like
know, I know.
everybody's on the next wave, and that's why it's like we gotta start those repos like the Claude whatever thing that I was showing you earlier, where it's like how can we be the fastest and most efficient, because that's how you're gonna win in this game in 2026.
I know. That's why I need to get this fucking thing out
Be
there.
the best user at Claude code, and you got to be able to ship and iterate on products really freaking fast and get ahead of the competition, because it's about to get super diluted. It's about to get super PvP.
That's all right. Tell me more about WebSockets sometime. I want my website to load as fast as this fucking website.
Yeah, so WebSocket's like how chat works, like instant messaging. So it's like listens on a certain port all the time, basically.
Mm.
That's how I'm doing the chat in the trick book. I think I sent it to you, probably. Rabbit
Oh yeah. Yeah, you did.
or whatever. So that's what I'm using to do the WebSockets, and that's how I'm streaming video too on the trick book. So like everything.
I did start reading about that. RMTP, have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and because I was gonna do live streaming to multiple platforms from Extra Chill if you're like a band, and you can come on there and
Nice.
like play your music and have it be on YouTube, Twitch, all the platforms all at once.
That's what Riverside is doing, dude, is RMTP.
Yeah, but it's expensive. It's expensive.
It's the platform.
Yeah.
That we're doing this podcast on.
But that shit's expensive because you have to transfer a lot of data, and so you need like a pretty big VPS to like stream. Like if I have like 3 bands streaming at once, it's gonna cost me a solid amount of bandwidth to keep that going to 4 different platforms at the same time. So I was thinking about charging like a gas meter, It's like when you turn it on, you get charged by the minute, and it's just higher than whatever it cost me.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's another thing is the how do people want to pay for stuff? And I think people have too many subscriptions.
Mhm.
Subscription model might be dead in 2026. I think it might be more of a token model of how you pay, like pay as you go.
Like a gas pump.
Like a gas pump. Exactly. Like I'm going to put in $10 and I'm going to use up my $10 just doing stuff until it runs out. And then I'm going to refuel it. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I see it as like a gas pump, except I see it as it already has your credit card and it's pay as you go. But like Open Router does that where you put credits in. There's a bunch of places where you have to put credits in.
Yeah.
And they have auto top up available. Like OpenAI even is like you preload your API account and then you can set it to like auto top up when you get below $5 or whatever.
I think I might do that with TrickBook, where it's like it reloads every week. I don't know. It depends. You have to look at usage data to really dial that in, that pricing model. Because if people don't really use it, then it's like it's not gonna work.
I know. I've been adding like custom analytics where it's like when they click on this link, it saves it to the database so that I can see like what page they were on when they clicked the link instead of having to set up fuck Google Analytics. You can do that in Google Analytics too, but like, why would I not just do it in PHP and use my own server to track the things I specifically want to track?
How is the traffic on Extra Chill these days? Like,
it is. Let's see. I'll pull up my analytics. It's been improving ever since I launched this calendar. 34,000 a month.
34,000 users a month
Sessions.
That's huge,
dude. It was 10 times that in 2023, but it's recovered since the lowest of the low, which was around this time last year when I was like totally broke and my life was shit in my own head. I was in a bad mental state, but I'm feeling pretty optimistic now a year later with all this stuff and seeing the traffic.
Dude, you got to launch an app, bro. You got to get on the iOS App Store and on Google Play.
I know. That's the goal, is the Extra Chill app before South by Southwest.
Do it.
I know, which is in 2 months. 2 months.
You probably should use React Native.
It is React Native.
Build it. Oh, okay, you're already building it.
I already built it so that I can run it on my computer and log in and create accounts on my WordPress site from the app that I created. But that's about as far as I got, which is the hardest, basically, one of the hardest things I'm going to have to do is set up that it was like bearer tokens and JWT and like it connects. Like, it's not actually logging into WordPress. It, like, logs in and then authenticates with WordPress and then keeps the session so that if they click through to the website, they're still logged in, but they never actually went to the website. But that's done. That's working. The next thing is, like, actually just building out the app and the features and, like, how it's gonna work, which I don't think is gonna take that long because I already have the features on the website, and I just need to find out how I'm gonna
That's what I'm doing right now with TrickBook.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, can we translate these website features to mobile?
yeah.
Let's get this
Right
going.
now, it's just like a pass-through where you click through from the app and it goes to the website on the same page and you're already logged in. But obviously, it needs to be inside the app. It can't just be going to the website through the app.
Cool. Well, keep it up, man. I know we both got to get to some building, so
Yeah, yeah. All right, buddy. Let's do this again sometime soon.
for sure.
Have a good day.
Peace out.